Okay, so today we're looking at how to use the appropriate minor or major pentatonic scale to get you through just about any chord changes, almost, that you might have to play through. So basically, we're going to be looking at the main major and minor chords. So the 4 standard bar chords, and then knowing how to relate pentatonics to them. Because sometimes you have all your chords are in one key and you can play a scale that works over all of it. Sometimes you have unrelated chords where you have to change key with the chords. Although, even if all the chords were in one key, you could still use this approach where you don't think of them as the same key. So let's jump into it. Let's take this standard major bar chord. So this is a C major bar chord, and you need a C major or A minor pentatonic. They're both the same thing. And to have a very quick visual reference, this bar with the 3rd finger right here puts your 1st finger in place for the right pentatonic scale. If you wanted to take this a step further, this would apply to a C major chord, a C major 7 chord, and also a C dominant 7 chord. It would work over all those different types of major chords. If we look at the C major chord based off the E string, this standard bar chord shape, we would now have this 1st finger as a quick reference for where the pinky would be. Puts us at the same scale that this put us at. So that's a quick reference, and once again, this could be a major, it could be a major 7, could be dominant 7, any one of the major variations this would work and give you the right pentatonic scale. For minor chords, let's go to the C minor. We'll start here at the E string. So it looks just like the major without the middle finger. There's our C minor bar chord. For this one, we're actually right in position. We don't have to even move. C minor pentatonic sits right on top of where that chord would be. And for C minor over here, based off of this C, this would be the trickiest one, because C minor pentatonic, at least this shape of C minor pentatonic, is all the way up here. So the other quick reference, if you wanted to have an instant way of jumping to C minor pentatonic based off of this chord without snapping up to shape 1 over here, we could say that every time you play this minor chord, that's right where shape 4 of the pentatonic would be, which is the 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 4. And for me, a little reference that always seems to help me is inside of that chord, I see this note. That's where that 2 4 is inside of that shape. And this would also work for C minor 7, right over here, right? C minor or C minor 7. So any of the major or minor type of chords, this is a quick way of having an instant visual reference of where you can go. Even if he's moving quickly and you don't even know what chord you're on, you could be here, and here's your reference. So an example of how you might have, let's say, 2 or 3 chords that are completely unrelated and not in a key, where you can't just take one scale that fits all and still play something over it. Here would be an example. Let's say we had C major, E flat major, and F sharp major. So none of these fit into a key together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the C and see our visual reference, take the E flat, here's our visual reference, take the F sharp, here's our visual reference. And now we would have something musical that we could play. how it works. That would also work even if all those chords did fit into a key. Let's say that we did a 2-5-1 in the key of C. That would be D minor, G major, and C major. And a C major scale or C major pentatonic would work over all that. However, we could take this other approach where we don't think of them all as one key, and we could say D minor, here's that shape 4 that sits on top of it. We could say G major, C major, and now we could think of it that way. So we'd have So a good way to practice this is literally to just take maybe even just one of those shapes and respond with the scale. Move somewhere else. Respond with the scale, totally random. And the more you move around and get used to seeing that you have a scale to bounce off of every one of those chords immediately, the more prepared you'll be to play over any chord changes that pop up. So give it a shot, mess around with it a little bit.